And this way you've got these gorgeous Manhattan views. This really is the American dream.
Just imagine entertaining probably close to 100 people out here, don't you think?
We're going to have 100 people here tonight.
This flooring is from President Madison's house. They refurbished it and...
President Madison?
Yeah.
I am always blown away when I meet new salespeople, especially real estate agents, who post on Instagram once a month. And they say, well, that's not really me. Well, then the job isn't really you.
We do it in the spirit of going against the grain of the negative media, giving inspiring information, and having people walk away from our show with something of value.
You're seeing a disruption in both the real estate and the mortgage space.
A lot of people are just not willing to put in the work.
What video does is that it demands an emotional response.
You know what I love about the show? It's totally unscripted.
Welcome back to Your American Dream. I say your because these are stories for you and by you. We're sharing positive stories week by week and hoping to make a lasting impact on the nation. Today we have an incredible adventure with co-hosts Craig Sewing and Tani Vargas. We're going to be exploring a property in Rancho Santa Fe with unprecedented entertainment value. Check it out.
We have an extra special surprise today because Jenna invited us out to Hacienda del Corazon.
House of the Heart.
Say it in Spanish. We're in San Diego.
Hacienda del Corazon.
So terrible.
I know, I sound so white. Which I know what it means, the house, the heart of the house, house of the heart. My understanding is when we find it, it's going to be a massive estate.
My understanding is we were supposed to take a right, like 6 rights ago, but that's okay.
Well, at least it's a nice neighborhood to be driving around.
Rancho Santa Fe. We got a horse arena.
That's right, Jenna did tell me that we're going to get the ride of our life here, so I don't even know what that means. I imagine, hey look, there's a horse sign.
We're getting close.
Yeah, that's got to mean something.
I can feel the love.
I can feel the whiskey bar.
Hacienda del Corazon. You could smell the whiskey. I think it is.
Is it?
I see roses.
I see a awesome estate. Wow. Wow. Mark here. I can't wait to go in.
Let's do this.
Let's do it. Game time. Ready to show me around?
I thought you were showing me around.
Let's go.
That is an unbelievable property in Rancho Santa Fe, California. At 12,000 square feet, we were probably going to get lost, but before we do, we had an amazing interview with New York's Ryan Serhant, also the star of Bravo's $1 Million Listing, and he dropped some incredible knowledge on us. So get a pen and paper and get ready to take some notes, only on The American Dream.
I'm Kara Kay with The American Dream. I get to meet with Ryan Serhant of $1 Million Listing. It's an exclusive interview and it's one you won't want to miss. Thank you again for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
With the wine in the wine room.
It couldn't be classier, in my opinion.
I know, it's very classy. I should have worn a tie.
So I know that you know the importance of TV and media. How important do you think that is in real estate today?
I think media is incredibly important in all businesses. I think any business that does anything for marketing in any way, shape, or form is now a media company. I mean, if you're a real estate brokerage like I am in New York City, we don't build the apartments, we don't build the buildings. We're not really real estate brokers, we're media brokers, right? I find different ways to market my properties via media. And so for me, television has been huge.
Sure, I think you, of all people, know the importance of getting exposure to listings, which is why you've gotten into TV and media. Now talk about the transition into how important it is to be social as well as on TV.
Yeah, I think that if you're a salesperson, right, which is what the book is for, is anybody who sells anything, you're really selling yourself, right? You're creating a relationship. You sometimes have to talk about the product. Sometimes you have to go into the price. Sometimes you have to go into the features. You need to have all that information, but that's what you need to do. That's the job, right? Everything else, especially through social media, especially through different forms of media, is building that relationship passively, right? This, you and I talking right now, is an active communication, building a relationship. Right. But I can hit so many more people through social,
right.
through YouTube, through LinkedIn articles. People talk about passive income all the time. For salespeople and for a lot of people in our generation, kind of the gig generation, we have passive relationships, our passive income, because those will turn into other sources of work for us down the line, and we just don't even know what they are.
If you are talking to a realtor who really wants to make it tomorrow and in the future, what advice would you give them?
I am always blown away when I meet new salespeople, especially real estate agents, who post on Instagram once a month, who aren't doing anything on YouTube or on Facebook or on Twitter, and they say, well, that's not really me. Well, then the job isn't really you. You can't sit there and complain about not having business or sit there and complain about how the market's so tough if you're not actively doing things that are under your control. And what's under your control is putting out media. There's so many different places to absorb content these days, and so many real places to hit real people, to target them directly in your neighborhood, on your block, like that age group. And it's all about consistency.
Are you ready to cheers to your book and all your success?
Sure.
Okay.
Are we drinking this?
Yeah, I mean,
are we chugging
I know
it?
nothing about wine.
So we're cheersing to the American Dream?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that again.
Okay.
So it's for real.
Okay,
Cheers.
cheers.
All right.
To the American Dream.
It doesn't get any better than Ryan Serhant. I mean, there is a reason why millions of people follow him every single week. We're lucky to have him on the show. And right now, we're gonna go back to Rancho Santa Fe and see what Craig and Tawny are up to. Check it out.
Now this is an estate. This is an entertainer's dream. Tawny, can I saddle up with you?
Sure.
In this full bar?
Have you ever seen an estate with its own saloon?
No, I've never been in a place like this. This flooring is from President Madison's house. They refurbished it and...
President Madison?
Yeah. So like from his house, this flooring from his house is now in this pad that we're sitting right now in front of this bar.
Well, you know, I think I'm feeling a little presidential.
Yeah?
So I think this calls for a shot.
Shot, cocktail, shot, right, let's do it. We wouldn't be doing this bar justice if we didn't like take a shot.
Well, I'm feeling classy, so how about the bad stuff?
All right, coming right up. 2 shots of bad stuff.
It's a classic.
Here I have your bad stuff. So I'm gonna pour us a couple shots, but I mean, could you imagine hosting a party here? This could serve hundreds of people.
And if this is your house, you're gonna be the most popular kid, and I promise you, everybody's gonna come party at your house.
Well, this is a great place to host them.
A few more of these, I think you'll be dancing on that stage over there.
I might get on that stage. Depends how we have to get along with the horse arena a little bit later, though.
Oh, yeah?
Check that out later. Do some things out there, have some fun.
Something?
Yeah,
Let's have
do
some
something.
fun.
It ain't my first rodeo.
In the midst of the darkest night,
Hacienda del Corazon is a classic property in Rancho Santa Fe.
chains that were holding me. You sent your son down to set me free. Everything
This property was originally constructed around the same idea of lifestyle that Rancho Santa Fe was founded on, and that is a simpler and a slower lifestyle.
Every time I walk through this house, I see another detail that blows my mind, but my favorite part about the home is that there's this incredible indoor-outdoor space that is accessible in every room. Living in Southern California and having so many beautiful sunny days, it's wonderful to be able to have all of your doors and windows open.
Floors from President Madison in your own private saloon. These are the sorts of things that I didn't even know I wanted until I saw them. This is an amazing way to entertain, but right now we're going to check out how they entertain in your city.
Run through the fire, I'll walk the wire, I would sell everything I own.
Welcome to Crown Heights. This used to be the place where wealthy Manhattanites came to buy a second home. From there, it turned into a really great upper class neighborhood. And like many Brooklyn neighborhoods in the early 70s, it found its way into some struggles. Now it's really exciting to see the resurgence, the vibrancy, the energy, the new development, the artists. It's home to the Brooklyn Botanical Gardens. It's home to the Brooklyn Museum. It's right next to Prospect Park. And what's most exciting is you actually have some beautiful new development luxury product coming on the market that's actually affordable. So let's take a walk and I'll take you guys to this new development we have launching soon. So here we are, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath duplex with private outdoor space in the heart of Crown Heights. And I'm standing here with John from AVACON. And let me tell you something, I work with a lot of developers and this guy's a visionary. He's one of the most innovative guys I know, and so I thought you'd hear from him directly what his vision is for the space. So John, tell us a little bit about what you're doing here.
Well, Eugene, we're pretty much at the finishing stages of this project right now, and we're looking at a very open concept where we focus on the end user and functionality and spatial organizations. Open kitchen and living room aspects, wide plank floors, functional kitchens from Italy with functional appliances as well. We're strong believers in a lot of natural light, so we like to introduce very large window aspects. So Eugene, this awesome large window that's bringing all this natural light into the space is great because it's really opening up the space and bringing natural light, and it feels like we're living outside right now. But guess what? We start to look outside and we start to think about what the concept of this project really is all about. And what I see right now is Crown Heights, and it looks very historical. A lot of spaces, churches, armories. We didn't want to go against that grain. We really want to stay in that charming feel and create a building that historically fits in the genre of what Crown Heights is today.
So here we're on the private terrace. Doesn't look like much now, but I need you to use your imagination. I mean, imagine wood pavers, privately divided outdoor space. This is the private unit for this beautiful penthouse. And this way you've got these gorgeous Manhattan views. This really is the American dream. This type of diversity is what Crown Heights is known for, the modern and the historical. And so you've got these beautiful new developments, but all this charm and character on the blocks. You've got the Brooklyn Museum full of history right next to the modern sculpture by Debbie Cass of Something to Say, going from, you know, the Yiddish phrase of oi to the Spanish word for I to the modern day Hele of yo. It's just a perfect display of what diversity is like here in this neighborhood. So welcome to Crown Heights. If you didn't know, now you know.
Never been in a horse stable in California before. I've been in a lot of real estate, but nothing like this. This is cool.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I grew up in horses all my life, and this is honestly one of the coolest.
So Jenna is going to show us around, take us on some of these horses, but you know, I'm kind of noticing there's not any here. This thing could hold 7 or 8 of them, I think.
Yeah, it could hold you. You could live here.
I could live here. All right, well, you're the one who grew up in a barn. So what about these horses? All right, and there she is. Hey, Jenna.
Hi, I know. I promised you guys horses, and there are no horses here today. But the good news is the owners took them down to the Del Mar racetrack, and we have the whole place to ourselves, and I have something super exciting planned. We have 400 horses up at the garage.
400 horses in the garage. All right. Well, let's check it out. All right.
So this is what I really wanted to show you, the toy garage.
What a garage, a lot of toys.
We have motorcycles, motorized bicycles, a classic Chevelle.
This is a beast. Now this is a nice car. I don't even want to touch it because I don't get my fingerprints on it.
But what you get to go out and have some fun with is this razor.
So this is the horses.
This is it.
So I get to drive this?
Go have fun.
All right. Can I bring Tawny with me?
Of course.
Wow.
Go rip it
All
up.
right. Let's go cruising this beast. I'm gonna go grab Tawny and we're gonna go tear it up.
Now, remember, be gentle. The owners aren't here.
All right, got it. Giddy up. Let's do this.
If you would take all the posters on my walls growing up as a kid and put all the cars together, it would be that garage. I mean, that property is absolutely amazing and something that dreams are made of. But right now, we're gonna check out your agent in your city.
So if they say that New York City is the center of the world, the Upper West Side is definitely its heart. For me, a transplant from the South, it was really important for me to make this big city small town. Riverside Park, where we're standing today, is the anchor for us West Siders. Just 1 block from this great slice of heaven is my new listing located at 498 West End Avenue. We're gonna meet my colleague, Rich Johnson, and we're gonna tell you all about this great treasure. Let's go to it. Well, here we are.
Wow.
Nothing is more exciting when it comes alive.
Beautiful.
Great job on the staging.
Yeah, this looks great.
Nice.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
So here we are at 498 West End Avenue, and I feel like I've just given birth to another baby with this penthouse.
Yeah.
This particular developer purchased this building that was built in 1910. We were able to add new construction. So what you're on is a brand new duplex, which is 3,700 square feet with 3,000 square feet of outdoor space, 5 bedrooms, 4.5 baths. Rich, tell me what was one of the biggest challenges that we experienced in trying to make this flexible?
Well, with any of our design projects, when you're talking about staging a home, you really want to maximize the envelope of what you've been given. So whether that's the floor plan itself, or in this case, these extraordinary views. And here in the living room, we wanted to be able to tell a story that people could relate to. So it's about how you maximize the volume of the room. And as you can see, I think we've done a great job of that to accentuate the ceiling height. We've brought in tall cabinetry, we've put in additional lighting, and we put the art a little bit higher to accentuate the ceiling height throughout the home. Look at these views, Louise, views for days.
In New York City, outdoor space is a true rare commodity.
You can just imagine entertaining probably close to 100 people out here, don't
We're
you
gonna
think?
have 100 people here tonight. So here we are in the heart of the home, our kitchen.
Yeah.
Filled with
It's beautiful.
top of the line appliances, the Cyrus cabinetry that is so special with the bronze detailing really brings it to life.
Yeah, and the use of natural stone in this home is really very special. They've sourced these materials from all over the world, and the marble hood is a very unique feature in this place. You don't see that in many places.
It warms it up. So whether you love to cook yourself or you have somebody cook for you, what a great place. From paper to reality, it's much better in person, this master.
It's almost 18 by 18, Louise, almost a perfect square. But it's just as we did throughout the entire home. It's how we furnished it that makes it feel very warm and inviting.
But I can't think of another home on the market or recently sold that offers not one, but 2 terraces. Well, Rich, I have to say, I think we've done it again.
We have.
We brought it to life with our staging and the details to design.
We did. We have the privilege of introducing an emerging artist. His name is Aubrey Mayer. We have several of his pieces featured in the home. I'm excited to see how people respond to that when they come later.
Well, you know, I always say art needs walls, and walls definitely need art. And tonight, with our 150 guests, who knows? Our buyer might be here, and this might be their American dream.
Louise throws the best parties.
The terraces will sell this apartment.
I'm ready to move in.
3,000 square feet inside, 3,000 square feet outside, 100 plus people. This is amazing, Luis. You did it again.
Thank you, David. Best partner.
This is amazing.
It feels like heaven come and feel like us.
I'm Don Pincus, one of the founding partners of Friedberg Pincus, a full-service real estate firm located in Midtown Manhattan. We represent buyers from $200,000, $100,000, up to $40, $50 million purchasers, whether they're first-time buyers or seasoned professionals. And I'm a real estate lawyer. I make deals happen. One hat is an attorney, the other hat is a businessman / entrepreneur. I have the ability to bring in business, I have the ability to run the business, I have the ability to manage employees. Over the years, we've really grown the firm and grown the business. We do represent a lot of high profile and a lot of celebrity clients. Over the years, I've represented a lot of restaurateurs, and years ago, my wife became friends with Josh Capon. He and his wife were selling their apartment. Josh was so busy running his restaurant empire that I represented them on the sale of their apartment. They then moved to New Jersey, and he still runs a huge restaurant empire. Works like an animal, just like I do. So here we are at the Bowery Meat Company, one of my great clients, Josh Capon's restaurant.
Welcome to the Bowery Meat Company. Come on in, let me give you a little grand tour. So we opened up the Bowery Meat Company about 3 years ago, and we've been rocking and rolling ever since.
Awesome, that's right.
We have a whole bunch of restaurants, Lord Fish Bar, Burger and Barrel, El Toro Blanco. We just opened up Bistro Leo as well, and Bowery Meat Company. And this is where the magic happens, right? Right. Look at the back of the house. Come on, I'll show you the meat room. That's as good as it gets right there. 50-day dry aged, 40-ounce tomahawk ribeye chop.
All right, today's power interview is a repeat offender on the American Dream. This guy illustrates the American Dream in itself. The Grant Cardone. We're talking about 10Xing your business and your life today, Grant. Good to have you on the show.
Hey, great to be with you, Craig. Always good to be with you, man.
I know we talk a lot about real estate on the show with you because you do a lot in that space. But let's talk about what's on your left pec, the 10X. What do you mean when you say that?
Look, people need to use the resources you have. You're not getting out of where you are. If you got that entrepreneur spirit in you, the only way to light the candle and keep it lit is to freaking grow your business. And there's 64% of small businesses today break even or lose money, Craig.
Wow.
It's because they're growing. They're trying to save money rather than use money. This is what I was telling you, people are saving money like it's 1958 or something.
Yeah.
You give it to the bank doesn't even save the money. The bank puts the money to work.
So you believe in reinvesting the capital as a means to 10X that business?
All of it. And retirement accounts, 401k, SEP accounts. It's all BS, man. It helps Wall Street. What does Wall Street do when you send money to the 401k? They put it back into the marketplace and put it to work. That's what people need to be told today. People are not financially illiterate. People have been financially hypnotized to do what the banks and Wall Street want them to do.
Well, I think in many cases it's fear, right? I feel like I'm writing a book right now called American Dream 2.0, which is the new way of the American Dream. American Dream 1.0, there's still some very important qualities: work ethic, building social capital. But, where you bought a house, saved the money, white picket fence, I think those days are over. Now that entrepreneurial spirit can really thrive with technology, social media, investing into that entrepreneurial spirit. Do you think the thing that keeps people from doing it is this old school way of thinking that saving is the right way to do it, or fear maybe?
Without a doubt. It's a propaganda machine, okay? It's like start early, save your money. The Dave Ramsey, Susie Orman, the banks want you to buy a house because they can lend you money on it. Wall Street wants you to invest in the ETF for the next 30 years because they can control your money. Use money. Use your money. Quit trying to save the money. Use the money. Pablo couldn't even save money.
Well, Grant, I've followed you for a while. You've never seemed to stop this growth train. So I know you practice what you preach. What are you investing in now? What are you doing now so that you can continue to grow?
I invest in my brand. I advertise. I'll spend probably $1 million this month in advertising on the internet. I need people to know me. Like, if people don't know you, they can't support you. So it's not, people don't buy from people they trust. People buy from people they know.
So when you talk about investing in your brand, we're in this crazy world now of connectivity. I believe it's the best opportunity in the history of mankind to aggregate attention, to build a brand. And you're mentioning that you're spending to the tune of 7 figures a month in doing that. How are you doing it? What's the methodology there?
You know, I waste it. I waste money. Like you got to be willing to waste money. Look at Coca-Cola. Look at Caterpillar. Look at Apple. Like look at Starbucks. Okay, they're on every great street corner in America. Why? That's advertising. That's a location advertising. Yep. So whatever you need to spend, this goes back to the spending thing. You see, Americans have been taught to save their money when you should have been taught use the money. That's what Warren did. That's what Bill Gates did. All the greats, all the super wealth in this country. If you study the super wealthy, and I have for 35 years now, they use money, they don't save it.
Yeah, that old term, the velocity of money. What's next for you? How can people follow you? How do we get involved? You just did that big event in Vegas with about 10,000 plus people. What are we going to find out of you next?
Miami for 35,000 people. I got Will Smith coming, Jay-Z, Beyonce. Man, I got a list. It's going to be the biggest entrepreneur event in the history of the world.
Love it, man. We're always taking things to the next level. You represent the TEDx as good as anybody. Grant Cardone, the spirit of the American dream. Thank you so much for coming on our show here today. We appreciate you.
Thank you, pal.
All right. I mean, come on. That guy has more energy than you can possibly imagine, and there's a reason for success. So I heard him say today, saving money is a scam. I think he might have even said BS. Think about that. That's what capitalism really is. However you do it for yourself, that's up to you. But hope you enjoyed that interview. More of the American Dream coming up next.
Well, that's it for this episode of The American Dream. I don't know how I ended up in the studio when Craig and Tawny got to ride that thing out in Rancho Santa Fe. Either way, if you have a property that you think would be perfect for The American Dream, or you have a story that you think that we should shoot out all over the nation, we would love to hear from you. And until the next episode, I hope you keep dreaming, and thanks for stopping by.
Till you come back home.